Alright, what's up everybody? I haven't done one of these videos on the Mazda 3 for a while. I've been meaning to do one for a few months now. I've just been really slacking on it, but basically I wanted to show you guys all the stuff I've changed on the car since the last build video I did. Not a whole lot has changed cosmetically, but I do have some pretty significant mechanical stuff I've changed out since the last video. I think the last one was fall or winter of 2022, I think. I don't remember specifically, but it's been over a year and I've been meaning to do this for a few months now. I just haven't got around to it, but I'm gonna finally get that out of the way today. In the last video where I left off, I had all my Aero pieces mostly on the car, and then I had the front lip in my garage, and I was just waiting to get all of those paint matched to the body color before I put everything on. So all those are on now, and I'll show you guys everything else I've done on the exterior in a second, but I want to start out with the interior. The only thing I really changed is this. When I did my last video, I had regular automatic shift boot, not the automatic shift boot, sorry, automatic trim piece here, and I had this generic suede shift boot, and I had the keys racing knob. I swapped those out. I got an actual trim piece from a manual 3 with the actual nice integrated shift boot here. Got this nice new shift knob from Auto EXE. Much more substantial feeling than that keys racing one, because this one's actually designed for this thread pitch. The other one I was just kind of holding on with three kind of screws that are holding the center screw in on this inside of the shift knob, and it didn't really feel that nice, and it came loose a lot. This one's a lot nicer, feels a lot nicer to, at least when I'm in manual mode. This is not a manual 3, this is an automatic 3. I don't go around telling people it's manual, but my stock shift knob was worn out, and I kind of just wanted the look of a nicer shift knob, and this one just feels a lot better when I'm in manual mode, and I actually do put it in manual mode fairly often, so I wanted one that felt a lot better than the stock one that was more weighted. So I got that. This took me a long time to get. I had pick and pull notifications set up for manual, or I guess facelifted 3s, because I wanted the facelifted version of this. For basically for the 2012 and 13 models, they changed all the plastic trim around the air conditioning dials and all the trim around the shift knob from this silver color like it is here to this matte black finish, and then this had a silver ring around it. And I was looking for one of those specifically because I thought it'd look better with my car since I have a facelift, but at least twice I got notified that there's a manual facelifted 3, which is surprisingly hard to find in one of these junkyards. And at least 2 times I've gone there. I think one I drove all the way to Sacramento, and one I drove out to Stockton in Central Valley in California, and they're automatics. So I don't know how the people working at pick and pull don't know how to differentiate between an automatic and manual, but somehow they do. Anyways, I got this one somewhere in the Bay Area, I think. And yeah, it doesn't exactly match all this, but there's other plastic, the silver trim in here, so it doesn't look out of place. It's just not the look I was going for, but it's whatever. I'm not really going to go out of my way to replace it now, so it is what it is. And the shift knob's really nice here. I didn't really change anything else in the interior, so I'm going to go on the outside now and show you guys what I changed out here. Ooh, that's bright. Apologies for all the noise. My usual filming spot over there was occupied by some construction vehicles, so yeah, the biggest change out here obviously is the new wheel setup. I'm filming this on my phone too, by the way, because my camera's out of space, but new wheel setup. I got rid of the odd-ons. I basically chewed through those tires because my alignment wasn't correct. So I got these used RX-8 wheels for $200, and they're really filthy when I got them, but they actually cleaned up pretty nicely, and a few of them have dings and scratches, but it's not anything too out of the ordinary. And they look pretty nice, and I just cleaned them today, so not I just got them today, but I cleaned the car today. And these tires I got are Kumo Exta PS31s. They're 235 4018. This is basically the widest tire you can run on this chassis before you really have to start thinking about running some crazy amounts of camber or rolling your fenders and pulling them. So I'm running a few degrees in the back, basically just kind of natural camber from lowering it, and a few degrees in the front. As you can see in the front, if I go over here, down, not a whole lot of room in there. They do rub on full lock, but not too bad. Tires are really good though. I really like them. Pretty sticky, not super expensive. So definitely happy with those. I just like the meaty setup a lot better. I kind of outgrew the whole stance thing, but it was cool while I had that setup. I just kind of wanted to try something different. So those are the wheels there. They have about 10,000 miles on them, so they've been doing good so far. Next, I obviously got the wing, skirts, and the front lip, all paint matched to body color. So this side, the skirt is kind of sagging a little bit. These basically came with Velcro to attach them on, and this side fell off, and I reattached it, but it fell off again, so it's kind of sagging right now. The other side's somehow still holding up. Wings paint matched here to graphite mica is the color. These skirts here, they didn't come with these little tap screws in the back, but my friend and I just put those in just to make them more stable, so they wouldn't sag as much. And we did a much better job on this side than the other one. It's pretty damn flush there. So, anyways, I know I made a big deal about the lip in the last video, so this is how it looks on the car. Oh, that's bright. This is how it looks on the car. I know it's really bright out here, but... So this is a lip from this Canadian company called Racing Bees. This was like... They're based in Canada. And the lip was like $450, I think. Shipped from Canada to California. And I had a paint match. So... Basically, this is one of 3 lips I can find that is specifically designed for the facelifted 3s for 2012 and 13. All the other ones are designed for either the Speed 3 bumper or the pre-facelift. So basically, the options are this. There's a different style lip from the same company, Racing Bees. It basically replicates this factory lip that you could have gotten as an accessory from a dealer back when this car was new. Or there's a lip from Garage Vari or Garage Vari, however you pronounce it. It's really good looking, but it costs like $1,000. I don't want to do that to a lip that's going to get scraped up and everything. So I got this one, and basically, I'm trying to explain this the best. There is a aftermarket body kit company called Ken Style, and they make a kit for the pre-facelift 3 that looks similar to this, and this is basically replicating that look but adjusting it to fit the facelifted bumper and the different curves of the grille here and the fog light covers. So if you look here, this basically is the same level as in height of the side skirt to the edge of the lip there. So that's kind of the look I was going for. I don't know how many of these are made. To my knowledge, and I'm gonna just think this until I'm proven otherwise, but I think I'm the only person in the US with this lip. I've never seen anyone else post on the forums or anything. I've never seen anything on Instagram about it. And the lip sold out after I bought it. So I don't know how many of these things they produced. how many are floating around. The only other picture I can find is like the demo car on their website that also has this lip. So yeah, that's that. I don't know how many of these things are out there, but I really like the look of it. And if you guys, want to ask me any questions about it, if you can find one for sale or something, or if they do a restock, I'd highly recommend buying it because it's a really good quality lip. Didn't have to sand it too much to fit. Let's see. This little section here doesn't exactly line up. You kind of see where this here, then that's where the lip starts, and then it goes a little bit too early, but otherwise it's pretty good on the fitment. I got like a big scrape on this side for something, I'm not sure what, but that's that. Other changes I made, I finally got my other side mirror here with the indicator. I think on the last video, this one, I think on the last video I had both mirrors, but one of them had like a black cover and the other one had a blue one. So I got these carbon fiber mirror covers from Zen Carbon Fiber. Look pretty nice. I'm pretty sure it's real carbon fiber. Just kind of looking at it here. Pretty sure it's real. It's got like this 3D effect. I'm pretty sure it's real. Anyway, so I got that one, and this one over here too. So those are there. Also got these window visors. So those are nice. Let's see. I think that's pretty much everything I changed on the outside of the car. So now I'm gonna show you guys what I changed under the hood here. I might have to put this down so I can do it with one hand. So it's a little dirty under here, but I did get this Tanabe front strut brace, if this is gonna focus here. I got this from Black Hawk Japan. They're like the cheapest website to get like imported parts and stuff. I think this thing was like $90 something shipped. It's like $100 cheaper than all these other strut bars I see. So that's where I've been getting my stuff from. Let's just talk about the intake here. I also did get a 91 octane tune from DR Tuned a few months ago, and it hasn't made a huge difference, but I can definitely tell there's a little bit more power. Before I got the tune, I wasn't able excuse me, I wasn't able to break traction in the wet in second gear, but with the tune I am, so it's making a little more power. It revs to 7,000 now. It only revved to, I mean, I know the red line was 6,500 on the original tune, but I think the fuel cut was actually a little bit sooner than that, if I remember correctly. So it revs to 7,000 now, and it doesn't really like do much revving at that high, but it's nice to have, I guess. It's just cool to have the engine rev higher and everything, but I don't actually know where peak power is now because they don't give it an estimate for where peak power is when they increase the rev limiter. But anyways, that's pretty much all there is under the hood here. So I'll put this down here. I guess aside from MSDS headers, I'm full bolts on. So anyways, so that's pretty much all the changes on the outside of the car here. So I also wanted to touch on basically my progress of the car and my plans for it, because at this point I've kind of done all of the things that I wanted to do to it, assuming that I'm not going to keep it for like too much longer as my first car. There's a whole lot of things I could do to it that would basically make it so I would kind of have to keep it for a while to really get my money's worth out of those things. Like I kind of looked into the VT Racing Supercharger kit because I just think it'd be cool to have that much power and still get 40 miles per gallon, but and it's also just my life situation has changed a lot since I got this car. When I got this car, I wasn't in school, and my work was like 5 minutes away from my house, so I wasn't driving a whole lot. So I didn't really mind doing all this, like, lowering the car and putting on bigger wheels and everything, and then putting in exhaust and intake and everything, basically making it less comfortable. But now that I, since I've done all that, I'm back in school now, which is, 30 minutes away from my house. I'm, have a different job now, which sometimes requires me to drive to different like job sites and stuff. Like let's say like an hour and a half every day. So basically, I'm driving a whole lot more now, and I'm not saying that I regret the modification I did to the car, but in some cases, I wish I hadn't gone so aggressive with like the suspension and everything. It's not like super low, but it still bottoms out sometimes in the fenders when I go over a bump on the freeway, and I kind of wish it didn't do that. And also, I'm just in a different financial position now, and I bought this car in September 2020, like right before COVID prices started going crazy, and so I bought this car for $6,500, and mind you, this is in California where everything's inflated. I bought this for $6,500 with 108,000 miles on it from the original owner. It was clean title and everything, and pretty good cosmetically and perfect mechanically. So basically, I could still sell this thing for more than I paid for it at market value, even though I put 30,000. I can show this here. Even though I put over 30,000 miles on it since I bought it. So basically, I've gotten 30,000 free miles out of this car. And I'm kind of just ready to move on to a different platform. Especially with, having more money now from working and everything. It really just it doesn't make you unappreciative of what you have, but it makes you think about all the other things that you could have after this. And I'm not saying that, I don't like this car or anything, because I really do like getting 40 miles per gallon on my way to school or work, especially with all the driving I do now. But I do want something a little more like comfortable, like with more features. Definitely something with more passing power. That's one of this car's weaknesses, even though it's, making like 165 maybe with this tune, and then take an exhaust maybe 170. Even though it weighs under 3,000 pounds. Living out here where I live in the Central Valley, where there's a lot of like long 2-lane roads, passing power sometimes this car gets a little sketchy, where you have to have absolutely no oncoming traffic for as far as you can see to be able to pass people, and even that's with throwing in manual mode, air conditioning off, and downshifting 2 gears. So it's definitely not fast, and as just a car enthusiast, someone that likes pretty much all types of cars, it's just something that you want to try different things, and it's not like a flex or anything, but it's just, I can afford a lot more things now because, I put in my work, and, I think I've been pretty smart with, my finances and everything, and so I've, gotten to a position where I can afford something better. And, also at some point I want to get something manual, so I can have fun with that. But there's also just kind of an impending sense of, at least here in California, after 2035, you can't even buy a brand new gas car. So, what's that going to do to all the stuff on the market that's still available? You already see everything going up with COVID. How far is that going to extend, to enthusiast cars when there's nothing left to buy? There's kind of a general sense, not just with me, but a lot of, journalists and everything online in this space, where, this is kind of your last chance to really buy these things before a lot of them take off. We've already seen, you can't get an E92 M3 in good condition for like under 30K anymore, which is ridiculous. You can get an M4 for that money that's like high mileage. It's stupid. I can barely afford an E46 M3 now. I've been outpriced. They used to be like 15, now they're like 25. And the fortunate thing is most of the cars I do want haven't really experienced that yet. I'm talking like RX-8s, and obviously, like, I keep telling my friends, like, I have an unhealthy like appreciation for like depreciated German luxury cars. So I'm talking like V8 Audi S5, RS5, V10 Audi S8, that kind of stuff. I've been looking at all that. Used Bentleys, like really high mileage Continental GTs, are really tempting me. Now, I'm not saying that's like a good idea, but sometimes I think about that. That's kind of where I'm at with the car. I don't want to put too much more money into it. I'm basically just gonna leave it the way it is and just do basic maintenance as it comes. Like I said before, currently at 138,585 miles. No issues with the car in the 30,000 miles I've had it. Just oil changes. I had to take it to the dealership because I shorted out one of the car's electrical systems when I was putting these seats in because I was trying to make the airbag light go away. And basically they had to plug their high-tech computers into it and reset everything because I messed it up. But that's the only real issue I've had with it, just oil changes and one coolant change, and that's pretty much everything. So the car has been good to me and I've been appreciative of that, but I think it's kind of time for me to move on to the next chapter of, of like my automotive passion. And I know that probably sounds kind of corny, but I don't really know how else to put it. So I don't know how many more videos I'm going to make with this car. Maybe the next time I make an IRL car video, it'll probably, be in something else. Whether that's an Audi S5 or, I don't know, some Lexus or something, I have no idea. Or maybe even RX-8. I don't know. But that's pretty much everything I've done to the car. If you guys have any questions about, any of these mods or anything, or where to get them, or any questions about that lip, because I can't find any info about it online. So if you guys, happen to find one and you need help installing it, because it's more complex than just basically attaching it to the bumper. There's some other stuff you have to drill through that I found out. So if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. I'm always happy to, help other people with the stuff they want to do with their car. That's pretty much all I have to say. I got more projects I'm working on right now. I do want to do more like IRL car cinematics like I used to do. I just saw a lot of my friends have been busy and I've been busy, and it's just kind of, we're all getting to that age where you got to start adulting. So it is what it is, but I'm still making time to do my creative side here and put it out on the channel. So that's that. Like I said, if you guys have any questions about anything, just let me know. That's pretty much all I gotta say, and maybe next time I'm making one of these videos, this gauge here will say S5 or S8. Who knows? That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But anyways, that's all I gotta say, and I'll see you all in the next video.